Pernith Panthers fans, a bombshell has just dropped. You won't believe what has just come out, and this could potentially be a massive move. But before I tell you all the details, Panthers fans, make sure you hit that like button, because this is where you'll be the first to get the latest and most up-to-date Pernith Panthers news. The dream of seeing the Cleary family reunited at Penrith in 2027 has gained serious momentum, but at the same time, a genuine war of words and negotiations appears to be brewing between two clubs. Jett Cleary, the young halfback, brother of Nathan Cleary and son of head coach Ivan Cleary, has reportedly formally requested an immediate release from his contract with the New Zealand Warriors. And the reason given is one that could take this entire story to another level. Jett is reportedly seeking a release on compassionate grounds, with the goal of returning to Sydney and being closer to his family. But there is something much bigger behind this move, the desire to fulfill a dream that seems to have been building throughout his rugby league journey. In 2027, Jett could potentially pull on the Pernith Panthers jersey, play alongside Nathan and, most importantly, be coached by his own father, Ivan Cleary. For any Panthers fan, that possibility is absolutely massive. Just picture the scene: Nathan Cleary leading the side on the field, Jett Cleary developing alongside him, and Ivan Cleary in the coach's box, guiding both of his sons during one of the final seasons of his coaching career at Penrith. It could become one of the most emotional family stories ever seen in the NRL. But there's a problem. And that problem is in Auckland. Jett's request reportedly hasn't been welcomed with open arms by the New Zealand Warriors. Quite the opposite. The move is believed to have caused frustration within the club, particularly because the Warriors simply don't want to let go of a young prospect who is part of their long-term plans. And this is where the real behind-the-scenes battle begins. Sources close to the situation indicate that the Warriors intend to play hardball. The club's position would reportedly be clear. If Penrith wants Jett before the end of his commitment, they will have to offer something in return. That could mean significant financial compensation or even a player swap involving members of the current squad. Yes, Panthers fans, the possibility of a swap deal is on the table. That completely changes the situation. Penrith isn't simply trying to convince a young player to come home. The club now has to negotiate with a rival administration that has its own interests and has no intention of making the path easy. The Warriors know Jett's potential value, and they also understand the significance that a Cleary family reunion would have for the Panthers. That's why the question beginning to dominate the discussion behind the scenes is impossible to ignore. What will the Warriors demand in return for releasing Jett Cleary? That could be the most delicate part of this entire story. The Panthers have built a squad capable of competing at the top of the NRL, and any negotiation needs to be handled extremely carefully. Paying compensation could be one option, but sacrificing an important member of the current squad could create a much bigger problem than the one the club is trying to solve. And then there is the emotional side of the situation. For Jett, returning to Sydney wouldn't simply be about changing clubs. It would be an opportunity to be closer to his family and, most importantly, share the same professional environment as his brother Nathan and his father Ivan. For a young player, that possibility could mean far more than just another transfer. For Penrith, however, the decision has to remain rational. The club cannot allow the Cleary surname to dictate a deal that damages its squad structure. At the same time, letting the opportunity to bring Jett to Penrith slip away could be seen as a major missed chance, particularly with 2027 potentially becoming an incredibly symbolic season for Ivan Cleary. And that is exactly why this situation is attracting so much attention. 2027 could be the year the Cleary family reunites at Penrith. But before that can happen, there is a battle that needs to be won behind closed doors. The situation could change quickly over the coming weeks or months. If the Warriors maintain a hardline position, Penrith will have to decide just how far they are willing to go to turn Jett's desire into reality. Will the Panthers put serious money on the table? Could a player from the current squad become part of the negotiations? Or will the two clubs manage to find a solution that allows Jett to return to Sydney without Penrith having to sacrifice an important piece of its squad? That is the big unknown. And there is another detail that makes this even more fascinating. The Cleary surname is right at the center of this battle. Nathan is one of the Panthers' biggest stars. Ivan has built a historic era at the club. And now Jett could be on the verge of becoming part of that same story. For the fans, it would be about much more than signing a player. It would be the image of an entire family reunited on one of the biggest stages in the NRL. But before that perfect picture can become reality, there is a potentially difficult negotiation standing in the way. The Warriors don't simply want to hand Jett over. Penrith doesn't want to dismantle its squad to get him. And Jett, apparently, has made it clear that his heart is pointing towards Sydney. And that leaves us with the biggest question of all. Who will the Warriors demand in return for releasing the youngest member of the Cleary family? Do you think the young halfback would be a good addition to our team? Yes or no? The fans always have a voice here. Leave your comment and tell us how you see this situation. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss every single new development from the Pernith Panthers.